January 2025, and we are back working on the LS swapped E36. Welcome back to the Ep3 Racing channel. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, this car started out as a stock E36. Over the past 2 years we have done many upgrades, as I was never happy with the performance and other aspects of the car. So in this episode we will focus on brakes, clutch and pedals. The throttle pedal bracket is absolute rubbish, so the first job was removing this, designing something better and fabricating it. The new bracket is made out of aluminium, consisting of a 5mm backplate, 2 vertical sides and some solid 25mm round bar drilled out to 14.5mm. This is all designed for the original bushings that you can purchase from eBay. The bracket is bolted directly through the firewall using 4 6mm bolts. The pedal arm is then held in position using the bracket top plate and 6mm bolts that are threaded directly into the base unit. Another issue last year was having a brake booster, so I've swapped this out for a brake bias valve from Comp Brake in the UK. You can see the details on the screen now, and I will also put a link in the description. All the details on how to install this are on their webpage, so I won't go into that in this episode. However, there was one issue: the pedal did not fit on the brake bias arm. This was an easy fix with a little manipulation. Final stage was to cut the push rod to the correct length. There is approximately 30mm of adjustment on this, so the threaded rod measurement doesn't have to be spot on. The brake pedal height can now be adjusted to match the clutch pedal. So what I'm going to do now is make up new brake covers. And the idea is to make the brake pedal a little bit wider. This is so I can rev match changing down gears. Let's say 50 there. And same thing again there, 50mm at the moment. And they're pretty much in line at the top. I now have them set up on the workbench, so I don't have to work in the car anymore. It's still 38 degrees here, fans are running full, so I will now swap to voiceover. Issue with the standard pedals: they are too small and not a lot of material to bolt covers to. Tried a few cheap ones from eBay, but really didn't like them and always worried they would fail. So came up with this crazy idea to wrap them in carbon fibre. For the mould, I cut some perspex, then shaped the curve with some modelling clay. Then applied 2 layers of carbon fibre to the front of the pedals. So the moment of truth, will I even be able to get the mould off? We will see. important to clean up the back of the carbon fibre and pedals so the next layer sticks. I then applied approximately 6 to 8 layers of fibre to the back of the pedal. Then another 2 layers on front. Could be 10 to 12 layers in total. Couldn't be happier with the end result. It's very strong.
Somehow now I need to try and draw some straight lines. Not going to be much fun.
This was so I could cut the pedals to the correct size.
The last stage will be just one more layer of carbon fibre over the top of the pedals here, so I'm just going to rough the surface with 60 grit paper.
Now for the final 2 layers to give them the finished look.
So the resin's gone tacky, so we can now do the second coat.
With the pedals now finished, I knocked up a quick hand-drawn pedal cover design. I will get these laser cut from my local fabricator. Pedal covers and throttle pedal just arrived from the laser cutters. Really happy with the result, and I think they're going to look really good against the carbon fibre pedal. The only thing I have to do now is find a way to bend the covers to match the curve of the pedal. Throttle pedal came up really well as well, so much better than the OEM plastic version. At the top of the throttle pedal, I'm going to put a stainless steel hinge. Then I'm going to put this bracket that I had made up somewhere like that. Now this bracket has a nylon washer, like an insulating washer. It's 12mm diameter, which fits the stock accelerator arm, and basically it replicates the original OEM pedal. Final stage was to tap a 6mm thread into the pedal arm so the bracket stays captive. Really happy the way these pedals turned out, and I really wasn't sure whether my ideas were actually going to work. Nearly there, just the clutch master cylinder to upgrade. The stock master cylinder with the TR6060 gave me a lot of trouble, so after a lot of research found a product from Lance Fab that should sort out the very short clutch pedal. They have designed a bracket to use with the Willwood clutch master cylinder that bolts directly onto the brake mounting bracket. I will put a link in the description to their webpage. I didn't film the installation of the pedals and master cylinder as it was too hot and too difficult working under the dash, so I will give you a summary of it finished now. I installed a braided clutch line and pre-fitted it as it's very difficult getting to the fitting once installed. Clutch master cylinder was bolted to the brake pedal bracket here. Pedal is also connected to the master cylinder using the bolt and bushings supplied with the kit. Reservoir hose is connected up here and routes through the firewall grommet to the new reservoir. I used a dry brake quick release on the end of the clutch line. This is to make it easier when installing the gearbox. Brake pedal arm is now installed to length, although this will have to be adjusted at a later stage. I've also installed the remote brake control on the centre console. Cable goes through the firewall and then connected to the bias arm. Throttle cable is now through the firewall and connected to the pedal arm. And then finally the bottom hinge was bolted onto the original bracket. Okay, well I think you've all waited long enough. So yes, I gained 10.3 seconds last year at the track. I was on for a 1:24.8, but got held up on the last bends. I don't really have a target track time for 2025, but would really hope to gain another couple of seconds. Thanks for watching and supporting my channel. If you would like to see more of this track and drift build, please subscribe and watch out for the next episode.